Welcome back. All right, so it feels like today's a good day to do this video. I've been wanting to do a video this summer on jerseys that have word marks. So this, of course, is your standard word mark on the jersey I have. Not really a logo; it's just a word mark. And sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. I'm okay with this, honestly. I think this one's fine. Again, this was just more of a jersey I ordered for when I'm doing general videos like this, or videos talking about stuff around hockey just in general. Just one of those casual, relaxed videos. I just wanted to have a jersey with the hockey guy on it. And word marks, basically that's the way it ends up going. You can choose your own font, but that's what you end up with. So, that being said, I want to go through these jerseys you see behind me here, pick out word marks, and talk about which ones work and which ones don't. I remember when the Ducks brought this in as their jersey. This was right after they went from the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim to the Anaheim Ducks, and thinking, well, they don't have a logo anymore. Now, of course, the Web D that you see here became the primary, but I'm not a huge fan of the jersey overall. I do have two versions of this jersey, one with a regular normal neckline and one with the one that feels like it's choking you off. So I'm going with the non-choking variety of neckline, but still the word mark stays the same. And again, kind of a mixed result, although winning a Stanley Cup will make people like the jersey a little bit more. Now, oddly enough, this word mark jersey, I love this one. This one's great. Now, it's Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. You see the MD on the shoulder. I wouldn't mind seeing a throwback to this one. I've talked about it before. I really do like the colors on this one a lot. I think it's a fun jersey. I mean, it does look very similar to Kings jersey or two along the way, but really honestly, the Kings have had so many different colors. They've gone through so many redesigns over the years. It's hard not to be copying them on some level. So I do like this one, though. The Coyotes don't have anything resembling a word mark. This is as close as Boston gets to a word mark. A third jersey, which they retired not that long ago. I wouldn't mind seeing this brought back, though. I think it was decent. You could add some stripes on the bottom. Do whatever you want with it, but it was a fun one. There are many reasons to ask why with this jersey. The word mark is just part of the bewilderment and befuddlement that is this jersey. I'm still not sure just why. Who made this? Why did they make it? And then why was it released? I would say this is one of the better received of the ones that have had a word mark on them. Buffalo Sabres doing this, 1970, right in here. This is a Derek Roy jersey, so it's different. The weird stitching is different on the numbers. But I do like this one. I think this one's fine too. Again, word marks, it can be hit and miss. I think this one's a hit. Let me know your thoughts. I know Flames fans aren't a big fan of this one. I think it's fine. I do like the different striping on it, the black shoulders. I do really like this secondary logo as well. It's just it was something different. I understand Flames fans not a huge fan of this jersey, but I thought it was again fine. The one thing with word marks, you don't really get a spectacular looking jersey with a word mark mostly. Carolina's current away jersey looks sharp. It's clean. Again, you've got the word mark, so as soon as it's released, the New York Rangers, their social media say, hey, nice looking jersey you got there. Where'd you get that idea? But in reality, word marks and having just lettering that goes diagonally, that goes a long way back, as we'll discover as we go further into this. But I don't mind it. I don't know how long they're going to use it, because I think the double flag is going to end up being the primary logo, and I think it's going to be on the home and the away. Maybe this ends up being a third at some point, but I don't mind it. This one I have in both blue and in burgundy. It's okay. I do like the colors a lot. I always thought, with the striping being a little different and just some of the design on this being a little different, it might be kind of fun to see just a regular logo slapped on the front, but it's logos on the sleeves. And again, it's a good serviceable jersey. There's some confusion with some of the striping, but it is a Reebok, and there was definitely some experimental striping going on then. I don't judge companies for their experiments. I know there's people who don't like the current Dallas logo and look, but they've come a long way from where they were. This was the dark time for Dallas when they had this for their home and aways. I couldn't believe they take a beautiful logo like this, put it on the shoulder, and have a word mark on the front that makes it look like they're a university team, which might have been the audience they were looking for, but yeah, I was never a fan. The 75th anniversary Detroit jersey right here, and it is what it says it is. It's Detroit. Looks like it's got the Doppler effect going on there. Anyways, just looking at the way the striping's done. But yeah, so Detroit, I mean, it's fine. It's serviceable. I did add it to the collection. At the time the 75th anniversary jerseys came out, I kind of saw this one as meh. You'll also notice I didn't pull out a Chicago jersey because there is no Chicago wordmark jersey in the collection yet, but apparently the reverse retro will be, so I can do an updated version of this video next year. So Minnesota has this now. I have the Iowa Wild one where it's this kind of thing too. One thing I'm not including are the logos where it's got the name in it. So like the Florida Panthers had the circle with the name in it. The Penguins have the name in the circle. Columbus Blue Jackets. To me, that's not a word mark. It's part of the logo. This to me is a word mark. Minnesota Wild. It's not my jersey. Was given to me, and now he has another one because he was in Minnesota the other night. So at any rate, yeah, Minnesota Wild. I think this one was okay, but you know they've replaced it. I haven't heard any outcry for this one to come back. I wouldn't mind seeing this one in white though. The Iowa Wild white jersey that I have, where it has a word mark on the front, actually looks pretty sharp. Hey, it's Nashville's turn. So Montreal doesn't have a word mark jersey, so here we are with Nashville. And I'm still not a fan of the jersey. I apologize to Nashville fans everywhere. I'm still not really a fan, but it's better than the one that's coming up next. It's the jersey. At least now I have the hat so that I won't look silly when I wear the jersey. But really, the jersey, it's not. Yeah, if I was doing a countdown this summer, don't look for this one in the top 100. But I'm not doing a jersey countdown this summer. Last place on any jersey countdown I would do though is this. This is just there's I know Mets, right? And the Mets are winning, so maybe now's a good time for the Islanders to go back to no. How would the Rangers like to wear the Mets colors? No. Yeah, there's a reason. Any countdown I would do on jerseys, this would always be at the bottom, and yet I'm glad I have it because it is that ugly. And yes, it is a John Tavares. That's fine. I really don't wear it, right? All right, the gold standard, right? New York Rangers. The gold standard with the word mark, the team that, yep, that's their main look. Now, I would love to see the coat of arms that's their logo used as the main logo and used on the jerseys, but I mean, this is iconic, right? That's the thing. They've never really gone away from this. At one point, the blue one said New York on the front, but outside of that, it's been a pretty consistent time, other than when they did have the coat of arms on the front of their jerseys as their primaries back in the late 70s. Fans didn't respond to that well, so this is one organization that I don't think we'll ever see get away from the word mark jersey. I just can't see it. And back to what I consider to be kind of mediocrity, which is the Ottawa Senators, their Sens jersey, which has some odd striping issues as well. It's odd. It's a strange jersey with, of course, the primary logo there on the sleeve, but I don't think we ever see this one come back. Pittsburgh has a long history of word mark jerseys going back to the blue ones, this being the one that they had in the early 90s, which people seem to be quite a big fan of. And then you get into these ones here. So I honestly, I do find it weird too that people complained when this one came out because it didn't have the Robo Penguin on the shoulders as this one does. I'll just let that drop for a moment. There are no kittens in this room. I don't need to worry about them getting shredded over a 10-second period. But yeah, so I could never understand why people were so, oh, they should have had the Robo Penguin on the shoulder. Why? It's a reverse retro. You're supposed to do something a little different rather than just a complete copy. But yeah, word mark, Penguins, they use it regularly. Tampa. So looking through other teams, St. Louis did go through that period where they had the name St. Louis inside their logo, but that's technically inside their logo, so that was just kind of weird. And so Bolts. Now, the thing that disappointed me when the white Bolts came out is that I had Bolts. I had the black Bolts. I have blue Bolts. Now I have white Bolts. A lot of Bolts. So, who knows? Maybe I'll go out and play street hockey, bring all these at some point. We can have Bolts against Pittsburgh. So we could have word mark versus word mark day. But at any rate, I mean, clearly the fans like it. The jerseys sell. Not much else I can say about Bolts. Have the Maple Leafs ever had a jersey that didn't have their name on the front? Anyways, going back to St. Pat's. See? St. Pat's. Very simple. You know what? It works. I like it. They don't sell as well as I think they should, but I do like the jersey. And then, of course, St. Pat's, they had the other design as well, which, again, is just basically a word mark. This one's a Sundin, for anybody who's curious. And, of course, the arenas. Now, I have the arenas from last year, but you can't read it because the arenas part is in dark blue, the same color as the jersey. That's still weird, but I do like the retinas overall throwback feel. It is basically just a word mark, and it does say retinas. I'm glad that's something that a lot of people have started calling these jerseys because it reads as a retinas. So it's nice that we've got that figured out. When Vancouver came out with this jersey, the word mark across the top was a throwback to their WHL days. The problem is it still made it look entirely too busy. As in, you didn't really need the word Vancouver over top of the logo. Also made the logo a bit smaller than what it is on the current jersey, so you get a bigger orca on the jerseys right now than you would have back then. I still like these jerseys. I understand though why people don't like them. I understand the dislike that they get, but to me, I think it's a pretty sharp looking jersey. Then you have the caps. Yeah, caps. Ugly, right? The one thing is they got it right when they went to the new third jersey with the W on the front. I really like that one quite a bit. And then, of course, you have the old Screaming Eagle, which does have capitals at the bottom. I thought it looked fine. There were versions of the jersey with or without the word mark. And then you have the Winter Classic they used some years back, which I know my wife's a big fan of it. It reminds me very much of the Vancouver Millionaires jersey they did. But yeah, I guess as word marks go, it's not bad, but of the three, that one's pretty bad. This would be the best of the three, right? Screaming Eagle, when does it come back? When does this become the main jersey again? We may find out soon. Does this qualify as a word mark? I think it does. Although, it's got the jet in there. I always thought the jet was kind of a nice touch in there, but I know people don't like this jersey, so they discontinued it. It wasn't selling very well. I love the color. I think if you took this color and you put the main logo on the front, I think that'd be a winner, but that's me. And of course, Atlanta, the word mark is on the sleeve. And this was a jersey when it came out, everybody talked about how ugly it is. You know what? I still like it. That's just me. So there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. In regards to the word mark jerseys, like, dislike, which ones you like, which ones you don't. Let me know in the comment section below. There's anything you think that I skipped, I went through everything, and some of them, they may have a word on them, but it's usually in the logo, and if it's in the logo, I don't really qualify that as a word mark, which is why some of them kind of sort of could qualify as not necessarily being, well, anyways, let me know your thoughts. Thank you guys so much for watching. I just wanted to do this. I thought this would be a fun video to do today. Thanks for all your support. Hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video, and hey, thanks for everything. I'll talk to you again soon.